Through the dark I'll follow on. With the crew beside me I'll keep reaching for the light beyond the rim.
In this world, childhood doesn't last very long. The illusion of innocence is fragile, shattered by the first sharp sound of violence. The first moment a child realizes the adults are not invincible. Pex had been watching. His father Marcel limping after the mechanoid fight. Stella holding her stomach, breath hitching from pregnancy and bruised ribs. Emma and Scarlett working late into the night to repair walls and refill heaters before the snow thickened. The grown-ups were tired, too tired. So one cold morning, as a thin frost clung to the stones around Marihari's north gate, Pex whispered to the twins, Hardy and Natsumi. "Let's help," he said. Hardy's eyes lit immediately, reckless and bright. "I can get a bow." Natsumi, quieter but equally curious, nodded aye. "I'll just watch." And Pex revealed the secret he had been hiding. A small needle gun he'd recovered from the rubble of Goadlo's destroyed shop. A pirate's weapon buried under dust and shame. The three slipped through the north gate, boots crunching softly. They froze at the crack of a distant rifle shot. Blaze. The kids dove behind old junk piles as he passed them without noticing. His sniper slung at his side, humming the half-tune he used when tracking deer. When he disappeared into the trees, the children crept south, where fewer colonists patrolled and fewer adults would interfere. The hunt began small. A snow hare darted between bushes, and Hardy whispered, "I see it. Shoot." Pex fired first. His shot wide Hardy's arrow grazed the hare's flank. The wounded creature bolted, straight toward Natsumi. Before she could react, tiny teeth sank into her ankle. She shrieked, fell backwards, and Hardy speared it with a second arrow, the hare collapsing, twitching in the snow. Natsumi stared at the bite, at the blood, at the sting of realizing the world by its back. Her face twisted, embarrassment, anger, humiliation. Without a word, she ran. She barreled into Goadlo's shop, slipped behind a counter, and when no one was looking, her hand wrapped around a polished katana displayed for sale. She lifted it awkwardly, but her jaw was set. Meanwhile, Pex and Hardy had wandered farther south, emboldened. A boom rat scuttled from a thicket, and the two fired instinctively. One hit. The explosion lit the snow in orange fire, and the kids laughed, real laughter, wild with adrenaline and danger. Hardy shot at a passing bird next, clipping its wing, but it fluttered away screaming. Then Natsumi returned, breath steaming, katana in both hands. No more watching. They ventured deeper into the cold fields. A hedgehog rustled under a frost-crusted bush, small, harmless. Natsumi stepped forward and sliced. One clean stroke. Too clean for a child who had never held a blade before. Her anger had made her brave and careless. Hardy spotted a turkey next. "Let's get that one." They attacked together. Pex firing, Hardy losing arrows, Natsumi rushing in with her sword. The turkey shrieked, its eyes going wild, and suddenly it charged. It slammed into Natsumi, wings thrashing like knives. She stumbled, took several deep cuts, dropped the sword, and collapsed into the snow. The laughter died instantly. Hardy screamed her sister's name. Pex knelt beside Natsumi, shaking her, watching her eyelids flutter and close. Then instinct took over. They ran for help. Marcel was the first adult they found, repairing fencing near the stable. He saw their faces, pale and wet with tears, and the tools dropped from his hands before they even spoke. Marcel sprinted south, following the children's stuttered directions. He found Natsumi half buried in snow, trembling, blood staining the white ground. He swept her into his arms and ran back toward the hospital, shouting for Emma and Scarlett. Sella met them at the door, her hand shaking. Emma's voice came sharp and panicked. "What were you thinking? She could have died. Your children, you don't hunt alone." Hardy broke down crying. Peck stared at the floor, holding the needle gun as if it burned him. Natsumi drifted in and out of consciousness as Emma patched the cuts, cleaned the bite, whispered reassurances even through her frustration. Hours later, when the panic faded and the heaters hummed softly in the medbay, Hardy and Peck slipped quietly to Natsumi's bedside. She opened her eyes just enough to see them. "We're sorry," Hardy whispered. Peck's nodded, voice cracking. "We just wanted to help." Natsumi gave the faintest, tired smile. Outside, wind brushed snow across the windows. Inside, the children sat close, no longer laughing, no longer pretending the world was gentler than it was. In this world, innocence ends early. But at least they would not face that truth alone.
We've come so far across the silent stars, chasing dawn beyond the edge of sight. And I'll go where my heart keeps calling. Through the dark I'll follow on. With the crew beside me, I'll keep reaching for the light beyond